and a Douglas Bridge. No problems on the Southeast Southwest Freeway for now. You guys are pretty cool. Traveling in Maryland on the Beltway, looking pretty good through Prince George's and Montgomery counties. No problems as you make your way on I-95 and the BW Parkway between the two beltways. Traveling 270 southbound, you are clear, leaving Frederick headed toward Rockville with all your travel lanes open. It's time to ditch big wireless. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month in their 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month. I'm Rob Stallworth, WTOP Traffic.
And here's 7 News First Alert meteorologist Brian Vandegraff.
A nice end of the work week. Seems like every other day we've had some weather. Today it is a dry one, lower 50s and rather pleasant. 30s and 20s tonight. We'll look for some clouds to roll back in here. As we start off your Saturday, it'll be cloudy. Highs only in the mid to upper 30s, so above freezing, but a bit of a wintry mix will move through in the middle of the day. Some sleet, some freezing rain, maybe a few snowflakes. We'll keep an eye out for a few slick spots for sure in the evening as the sun goes down. Then we'll dry it out by Sunday. Back to some sunshine in the 40s. I'm 7 News Senior Meteorologist Brian Vandegraff in the First Alert Weather Center.
Okay, 46, pretty warm this morning in Hyattsville, 45 in Herndon, 45 in Foggy Bottom. The forecast brought to you by Top Nova Orthodontics. Avoid tooth extractions or surgery. For your orthodontic treatments, visit Dr. Abbasi at Top Nova Orthodontics.
You're listening to WTOP, Washington's news, traffic, and weather station.
The WTOP producer's desk is wired by IBEW Local 26, where electrical contractors come to grow.
Good morning, I'm John Aaron.
And I'm Kyle Cooper. Acacia James is our producer.
The top story we're following for you, the Senate has confirmed a new White House budget director over the strong objections of Democrats. They say he shares the blame for trying to slash the federal workforce. WTOP's Mitchell Miller has more today on the Hill.
Virginia Senator Tim Kaine was among many Democrats who spoke out against Russell Vogt, noting he's made it clear in statements he believes a large share of the federal workforce needs to go.
What he said is, I want federal employees to be traumatized. I want to put them in trauma.
But Vogt, who served in the first Trump administration, has plenty of support from Republicans. Missouri Senator Eric Schmidt says the disruptor's time has come in Washington.
We've been waiting for far too long to have accountability in our government. Business as usual just isn't working for working families anymore.
On Capitol Hill, Mitchell Miller, WTOP News.
Meantime, groups representing foreign aid workers are suing the Trump administration, trying to stop dismantling of the U.S. Agency for International Development. WTOP's Neil Augustine says it comes as a deadline approaches.
This is as simple as it gets. Congress created an agency and has funded the agency. The president cannot unilaterally close the agency.
Robert Weissman with Public Citizen. The group is helping represent the foreign aid workers in a federal lawsuit that was filed late Thursday.
We have received notification that as of Friday at 11:59 p.m., the remaining number of employees on active duty, both civil service and foreign service, will be 294. The rest of the service will be furloughed and put on administrative leave pending what we assume will be a reduction in force.
Randy Chester with the American Foreign Service Association, which is suing along with the American Federation of Government Employees. He says it would cost the U.S. more than $20 million to bring the employees home.
Kids will be pulled from schools, spouses are losing jobs, families are thrown into uncertainty with no clear plan.
Neil Augustine, WTOP News.
Some Republicans in Congress want a bigger role in governing D.C. Senator Mike Lee of Utah and Congressman Andy Ogles of Tennessee have introduced a bill to repeal D.C.'s home rule. It's called the Bringing Oversight to Washington and Safety to Every Resident Act. That spells out Bowser and an apparent trolling of the D.C. mayor. Sponsors say the bill comes in response to what they say is a failure to prevent violent crime, as well as corruption and voting by non-citizens. D.C. Home Rule was passed in 1973, and it gives city residents the ability to elect a mayor and council.
A legal challenge to President Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship is growing. Attorneys general from Massachusetts, New Jersey, and Connecticut are joining forces in a lawsuit against the president and his administration. CBS News legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum explains.
The 3 East Coast state attorneys general are not meeting and holding a press conference alone. With them will be other stakeholders in their efforts to convince a federal judge to rescind the president's executive order on birthright citizenship. 2 other lawsuits were filed to accomplish the same result, brought by lawyers for civil rights and the Brazilian Worker Center on behalf of women who are pregnant and will give birth in the United States.
And today, a federal judge in Boston will consider the request from a total of 18 state attorneys general to block the executive order ending birthright citizenship for the children of parents who are in the U.S. illegally.
We are awaiting big jobs news this morning, with the Labor Department releasing last month's employment numbers.
Wall Street is expecting to see a gain of around 170,000 jobs in January, which would be down substantially from the gain of 256,000 in December, with the unemployment rate expected to remain steady at 4.1% and wage growth also staying unchanged at around 4%. One thing to watch for will be revisions to November and December, which were surprisingly strong and factored into the Federal Reserve's decision to pause interest rates last month.
That is CBS News business reporter Jason Brooks.
Scientists are watching a recently discovered asteroid that's large enough to be labeled a city killer. Here's CBS News space consultant Bill Harwood.
Something like that came down in a populated area, on a big city, for example, it would be truly catastrophic. But it would be a local catastrophe. It wouldn't be something like the rock that killed the dinosaurs. The tracking is not very precise yet. They'll get another chance to really nail down the orbit when it comes back by Earth in 2028. And by that point, hopefully, the numbers will show that there's zero chance of hitting the Earth.
Now, John, here's the good news right now. At least NASA calculates that there's only a 1.6% chance. I mean, I wish it was zero, that an asteroid could actually hit the Earth in 2032.
No, that's good. We'll just deal with it later. We'll find with that.
Push it down the road.
Coming up.
Most likely to return to the office may seem most unlikely to want to. I'm Jeff Wable.
Plus, could we see a lot of snow next week? 5:36.
Get ready for the big game at Giant. This weekend, 80% ground beef is just $3.99 per pound. Snow crab clusters are only $6.99 per pound. And get 3 free select soda 12 packs when you buy 2. Get even more game day savings with our digital coupons, like St. Louis pork ribs, just $1.99 per pound with the digital coupon. Visit our app or website to click the coupon now. And remember, Giant has all you need for your game day celebrations. Giant, this is home.
In 1997, the Byer family embarked on a thrilling adventure they called the Great Experiment, also known as Land Rover Alexandria. Fueled by generations of dedication and a passion for exceptional service, they set out to create a dealership unlike any other. With an unwavering commitment to their employees and customers, the Byers were determined to redefine the car buying experience. Today, Land Rover Alexandria continues the family values that started it all, with the DMV area's longest tenured team and best-in-class customer service that sets the bar high. These proud employees call the largest state-of-the-art dealership home, and it's meticulously maintained with the largest selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. With the most experienced technicians, we can offer online appointments earlier than our competitors, allowing us to accept walk-ins daily. The Land Rover Alexandria family encourages you to visit us right off the Beltway on South Van Dorn Street in Alexandria, or online at landroveralexandria.com. The family tradition continues.
Hey lovebirds, Mitchell from Beanbag Bakery here. They say the fastest way to a loved one's heart is through their stomach. So this Valentine's Day, don't just say it, prove it with cookies, brownies, and blondies, all baked fresh and available in gift packs of 6, 12, and 18. Plus, we'll add a custom Valentine's gift card perfect for anyone special. And here's a sweet deal. Order now, get 14% off. Head to beanbagbakery.com. That's beanbagbakery.com. And make this Valentine's Day the sweetest yet.
It's 5:38. Traffic and weather on the 8s. Back to Rob Stallworth at the WTOP Traffic Center.
It's Friday, and yes, we do have a problem now inbound on the Sigmund Parkway. Just before the light with First Sterling Avenue, the right lane is blocked with a crash involving 2 vehicles. Thanks for the listener to advise us of the situation. No response yet on scene. No problems on I-295. DC 295 southbound has brief delays approaching East Capitol Street. No problems inbound on New York Avenue as you head past South Dakota Avenue toward Bladesburg Road and beyond toward the 3rd Street Tunnel. The Beltway in Maryland in pretty good shape through Montgomery and Prince George's counties. I-95 and the BW Parkway continue to run well. No issues on 270 for now as you leave Frederick headed toward Rockville. The Beltway in Virginia in pretty good shape between Alexandria and McLean. Northbound I-95, the good news is the crash or the broken down vehicle on the ramp from 123 to go northbound on the I-95 is now cleared and gone from the left side of that ramp. Also, we had help from the broken down crowd in the right lane as you get to 123, but that's also gone as well. Brief delays northbound on I-95 as you head past Dale City toward 123. After that, you are clear toward the Springfield interchange. It's time to ditch big wireless. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month on their 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month. Rob Stallworth, WTOP Traffic.
Now to the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Weather Desk for your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath. Trust PJ.com. Your 7 News First Alert meteorologist, Brian Vandegraff.
Up to a start of the morning, but dry. Looking at partly sunny skies. Should be all in all very pleasant end to your work week. Lower 50s, slightly above the average of 47. Tonight we're in the 30s. Tomorrow clouds. We're back in the 30s for highs. And around the late morning, midday, some wintry weather will overspread our area. A little bit of light snow, some sleet, those pellets of ice, and a little bit of freezing rain. We'll have to watch those temperatures carefully for slick spots. Heading into your Sunday, back into some upper 40s and drier conditions. I'm 7 News Senior Meteorologist Brian Vandegraff in the First Alert Weather Center.
All right, temps around the Washington area now. We've got 46 in Gaithersburg, 43 in Arlington, and 45 degrees in Lanham.
5:40, Money News at 10 and 40. Amazon stock is down in pre-market trading this morning after the e-commerce giant offered disappointing guidance for the current quarter. It says the company could be hampered by an unusually large unfavorable impact from foreign exchange rates. The stock is pointing down even after Amazon said, "We spend big there for online holiday shopping." Amazon's quarterly report also comes as the retail industry is absorbing a new 10% tariff on Chinese imports.
As more workers are being told to come back to the office, WTOP business reporter Jeff Claybaugh says some of them don't need much convincing.
A Harris poll of Gen Z office workers, those in their 20s, found 91% feel it'd be nice to have a balance between remote and in-person work. Most say in-person is the best way to build skills, but networking is hard for them. Just 2 in 5 express confidence in their professional networking skills.
And Gen Zers say they want their company to invest more in after-work events to help them build better business relationships.
A search is underway on Alaska's western coast after a plane went missing there. It was carrying 10 people and disappeared yesterday afternoon. Rescuers searched into the night for any sign of the aircraft, and authorities are working to determine the plane's last known coordinates. The disappearance marks the 3rd major incident in U.S. aviation in 8 days. That includes the mid-air collision near Reagan National last week.
541.
I'm Peter Greenberg, and this is today's Eye on Travel Minute. Are there any airlines out there that are actually guaranteeing they'll be on time? Now, one airline is actually introducing a punctuality guarantee. Flair Airlines, based in Canada, will give you $60 Canadian if your flight is delayed or canceled, and if a delay is more than 60 minutes from the published arrival time, or if the flight is canceled within 72 hours of its scheduled departure time. Delta promises your luggage will arrive on the baggage carousel within 20 minutes of when you landed. And if they miss the mark, they'll deposit 2,500 miles to your frequent flyer account. Neither airline will volunteer the compensation, so don't forget to ask. For more information, visit petergreenberg.com. I'm Peter Greenberg, and this is today's Eye on Travel Minute. Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Offering small ship experiences with a shore excursion included in every port, and programs designed for cultural enrichment. Learn more at Viking.com.
Coming up, it's a romance movie and a horror flick at the same time. So is it worth a look this weekend? It's 5:43.
For a limited time at 7-Eleven, get 2 pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5. Everything we do is big, like our new bigger pizza slices. Go bigger with the $5 meal deal with 7 rewards, only at 7-Eleven. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Your agency deploys AI pilots everywhere. But are they going anywhere? Or are they stuck in silos, exhausting resources, unable to scale? Maybe you don't need hundreds of AI pilots. You need a holistic strategy. IBM consultants and engineers can help you design, integrate, and optimize AI solutions. So you're not just deploying AI, you're scaling it across your agency. Learn more at ibm.com/federal. IBM. Let's create.
These days, the world isn't all fun and games, but there is a place on our website for that.
Go to WTOP.com, search top games, and enjoy free crossword puzzles, card games, Sudoku, and more.
WTOP News.
5:44, I'm John Aaron.
And I'm Kyle Cooper.
Love is in the air at the movies, but with a twist.
For the past 2 years, a masked maniac known as the Hard-Eyes Killer has stalked, hunted, and brutally slain couples on Valentine's Day. With no motive yet uncovered.
First off is a romance horror flick called Heart Eyes.
John talked about it with Kuya P of Nerds Rule the World.
We are getting close to Valentine's Day, so we have some rom-com horrors and some rom-com action. First up, Heart Eyes from Sony. Yes, we have this Valentine's Day killer, the HEK, the Heart Eyes Killer, that is taking down couples on Valentine's Day, so no couple is safe. John, we find this kind of, not a couple, but they get attached together. They're doing a work night, and because this killer is killing couples, he mistakes them for a couple. So he's on the loose, and so we follow Mason Gooding, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son, as well as Olivia Holt as our missed couple being stalked, and it is insane. It's a rom-com horror, so let me tell you, John, I've never seen equal parts rom-com and horror in the same film, and this delivers, and I think I found a new genre that I love. It is insane, it is hilarious, but it is also very sweet. It's a rom-com horror that, who knew we need this, and I need more of this, John.
Wow, usually Valentine's Day just, gets me on its own. I don't need a serial killer. Just Valentine's Day itself is dangerous enough. Okay, so you mentioned romance action. That's the other one. It's called Love Hurts. What's this one?
Well, this one is a little different. This one is about love between two brothers. One's a crime lord, one was a vicious hitman, but then one who wants to step away from it. We have Ki-Hai Kwan. First time leading any type of film. We know him as Data from The Goonies. We know him as Short Round from Indiana Jones. He recently came back into our eyes with Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm so excited that he's finally getting his flowers. He teams up with Ariana DeBose as, again, this realtor. Well, hitman turned realtor. He's escaped away from this climate. He wants to just kind of chill and sell houses, but his brother is after him, and he's not going to stop. This film is, the action is what you're going to want to see this film for, John. It is done by the same people that did John Wick, the Marvel films, Loki, The Fall Guy, Bullet Train, all these action epics that we've enjoyed over the years. You're going to want to tune in for how two brothers go at it with over-the-top action. It is just popcorn fun, and why we go to the theaters, John.
On Skype, that is Kuya P of Nerds Rule the World, which previews the latest in film, TV, and streaming.
Now, here are the top stories we're working on for you this morning here at WTOP.
Lots more federal workers turn out for a town hall to speak out about efforts to get them to leave.
Some Republican lawmakers troll D.C.'s mayor as they try to take away home rule.
The wrecking ball comes for the old RFK Stadium.
Keep it here for full details on these stories and more in the minutes ahead.
It's 5:48. Traffic and weather on the 8s, and here is Rob Stallworth in the WTOP Traffic Center.
Thanks, Kyle. In Virginia, I-95 northbound with delays building, approaching Dale City toward 123. And once you get past Woodbridge, you're clear toward Lorton and beyond toward the Springfield interchange. No problems in loop or outer loop between Alexandria and McLean. 395 is clear as you make your way between Edsel Road and the 14th Street Bridge. Still no issues on 66, just some brief delays approaching the Fairfax County Parkway out toward the Beltway, but travel lanes are open and available there. Inside the Beltway on 66 looks pretty smooth as you make your way across the Roosevelt Bridge. No problems being reported in Maryland on I-95 or the BW Parkway 270 south. Some brief delays approaching 80 in Urbana headed down toward 121. No issues being reported on at this point on 50 going across the Bay Bridge. You guys are in good shape as well. We did have the issue inbound on the Suitland Parkway before the light with First Sterling Avenue. The right lane was blocked for the crash. Earlier crash on Southern Avenue southbound before Wheeler Road in Southeast has been cleared. Your travel lanes are now reopened. Rapid Radio is an instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. And for a limited time, go to rapidradios.com for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Rob Stallworth, WTOP Traffic.
Let's get your forecast from 7 News First Alert meteorologist Brian Vandegraff.
Tracking sunshine, some scattered clouds, low 50s, all in all, a very pleasant wrapping up of the work week. 30s tonight, and tomorrow 30s will be the story all day. Mid to upper 30s. Around late morning, midday, some light winter weather will fall. A little snow, sleet, ice pellets, a little bit of freezing rain in spots. We should be above freezing for most of the afternoon. It'll be cold. There could be some slick spots at elevated surfaces. Into the evening, we'll have to keep a close eye on that. By Sunday, back to drier conditions, mid and upper 40s, lower 40s Monday with clouds. I'm 7 News Senior Meteorologist Brian Vandegraff in the First Alert Weather Center.
All right, temps around Washington now. We've got 43 in Reston, 43 degrees in Bethesda, and 43 degrees down along the National Mall.
Coming up,
it isn't your average museum cafe because this place offers food truly for the soul. I'm Mike Murillo.
I'm Katie from Long Baths. For decades, we've helped families just like yours bring beauty, value, and safety to their homes. You've been thinking about upgrading your old bath or shower. Now's the time. With 7 decades of experience and our lifetime warranty, you'll be thinking, what took me so long? Right now, get 50% off materials plus no payments and no interest for 2 years. Visit longbaths.com to get your free estimate today.
Hi, welcome to Staples. Hi, I hear Staples can print it all for my business.
Oh, if you can think it, Staples can print it and will beat any print quote.
Oh, great. I'm thinking new brochures and yard signs.
No problem.
I'm thinking calendars, t-shirts, and pens.
Totally.
I'm thinking Staples is the place for printing.
I thought you might think that.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Henceforth, 5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock star.
Give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
WTOP and Silver Diner now bring you Free Lunch Friday to thank you for listening to WTOP, whether you're at home, at work, or on the go. 3 winners every Friday. Enter to win free lunch courtesy of Silver Diner and plan your next luncheon with up to 5 additional guests. There's something for everyone at Silver Diner with over 100 menu items, including vegan and gluten-free options and your diner favorites. So don't miss out. Enter to win today at WTOP.com. Search free lunch.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When an injured worker left me a message that said, "You probably won't call me back. I'm just a nobody." I called him right back. Nobody's a nobody, and no one deserves a better firm than you.
When Morgan said nobody is a nobody, I felt like that. And they took care of me, and now we're doing okay. Thank God that I went to Morgan & Morgan.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Art of the Brick, now open in D.C. Over 1 million Lego bricks brought to life into 150 sculptures. The only piece missing is you. Tickets on the Fever app or at artofthebrickexpo.com.
This is WTOP News.
Facts matter.
It's 5:52.
As the National Museum of African American History and Culture, at that museum, the lessons continue even when you stop to eat. WTOP's Mike Murillo hears from the museum cafe's chef.
Every year, we're always looking to trying to innovate and top what we did the year before.
From 24-hour brine fried chicken with signature spices and herbs to crispy catfish and sides of cornbread and collard greens, among others, the contributions of Black Americans to the national culinary landscape are on display at the Sweet Home Cafe. Executive Chef Ramin Coles says some of the inspiration for the menu comes from exhibits, including one on Afrofuturism.
If we landed here, if we landed there, and how the flavors and techniques could merge.
Also, customers can inspire dishes. He says what sets them apart.
We really pride ourselves on cooking from scratch.
Read more at WTOP.com. Mike Murillo, WTOP News.
Throughout February, WTOP is celebrating Black History Month. Join us on air and online as we bring you the stories, people, and places that make up our diverse community. Search Black History Month on WTOP.com to read more.
One deadly strain of bird flu has been found in cows for the very first time.
At least 4 cattle herds in Nevada have tested positive. Dr. Jacob Glanville is the CEO of the vaccine company Centavax.
The issue with cows is that we now have 2 different types of strains, which means that their genetic information
population could shuffle and could accelerate the creation of new mutations that could make it easier for the virus to transmit human to human.
And while that hasn't happened yet,
when you have lots of chickens around people and then lots of cows or mammals around people, it just makes it easier than ever for the virus to jump towards humans.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Well, the holidays are over, and you're done entertaining. And now you're ready for that special project, like remodeling the kitchen, bathroom, basement, or any room. I know it's a challenge, but it's not as tough as you think. It all starts with one call to Cabinet.
Richard, R-I-C-H-A-R-D.
First name?
Lloyd, L-L-O-Y-D. All right, thank you.
Squeezing to the right, there was indeed a crash in the delay. Just after St. Barnabas Road, somebody ran into a state trooper. They don't take that very well. And that is along the right side on the inner loop, just after exit 4 St. Barnabas Road.